When I was a student, I was actually reasonably good with maths, even though I never liked it. What I've learned from math are two things. One is that everything has a formula. There is a formula there. You need to remember, know how to use it. Second is that you need to duplicate the formula to make a lot of mathematical things work. So I apply those things in life, in how I learn English, how I build businesses, and I look at life in the same way. To me, life is a formula as well. There are really only three major projects that we never get taught. The first one is your lasting loving relationship, a family. The second life project is your career, whether you work for yourself or for someone else. How can you actually make that project really work well? The third project is almost completely neglected by most people. It's wealth building, because the third project is very important to cater for the last phase of your life financially for many decades and potentially pass on to generations. And also, all these three life projects are interconnected. They say three things make you happy in life. The first one is someone to love. The second, something to do. And the third, something to look forward to. So a loving relationship, a thriving, ever-thriving career, fulfilling career, and a secure financial future. So the first one I'd like to share with you is how to have an ever-thriving and satisfying career. One thing that is very important, that is positioning. There are two positionings I'd like to talk to you about. The first one is the general positioning in life, your life positioning. Where do you see yourself in life? How do you position yourself? Some people are happy with where they are, just average. Other people try to excel at things in whatever they do. Some people just want to have average result. Other people want to have a lot of dreams fulfilled. So that is the life positioning. For me, for example, when I first started my journey in Australia, I had the positioning that I wanted to have a successful life. I wanted to have all the good things in life and to achieve the satisfying result. So with that positioning, I started making a series of decisions based on that positioning. The same goes with careers. Some people, when they leave university, based on what they studied, what degrees they got, their aspirations, so they position themselves whether they want to work for a global 500 company, for example, or working for the government, or working at university in the education system where they get a lot of time to do research. Other people just go with the flow. There's a Chinese saying, your positioning would determine where you're going to be in life. So having that clear positioning is very important. For example, in 1991, my second job was selling life insurance. I had never heard about life insurance before. I certainly didn't know anything about life insurance. But when I got in, I positioned myself based on my dreams and aspirations of coming to Australia, that I wanted to become the most successful agent that branch had. So with that positioning, I started my work. I worked harder, I learned more, I did everything I was trained to do, and more. And sure enough, 12 months later, I was able to become the #1 insurance agent for personal insurance in that particular branch. When I started property company, my first property company in 2002, once again, when I opened the newspaper, there were literally hundreds of real estate agencies or property companies advertising in the paper. Instead of feeling insecure or threatened or frightened about the competition, I positioned myself to be #1. I look at those advertisements, I said to myself, I'm going to be the #1, I'm going to beat all of you guys. And with that positioning, I started making decisions, started attracting the best people, because when people joined my company, they were not joining a company who may be able to succeed or who may get somewhere. They were joining a company that was going to become #1. So they could actually go along with that and achieve their dreams and aspirations. And sure enough, in my first year, we did over $300 million in sales and became #1 in Sydney. So what is your positioning in life? Do you realize that it is in your hands? You can determine, you can decide what positioning to take. If you're working for someone else, Are you there just to do the job? You're aiming to be the manager or the branch head or all the way to the top. If I were to go to work for any other company, even though it doesn't matter where I start, I would always aim to be the CEO. Because that's how you're going to progress, how it's going to affect your decisions, affect the way you work, affect the way you think about other people, and how you grow about learning and all of those things. When I went to work for a company, for someone else in 1999 in a property company, I positioned myself to be a leader. Even though I wasn't, I was just a salesperson. But I did everything a leader would do, anything an owner would do. That positioning took me 2.5 years later to the general management position and became $1 million income earner. And you could do the same. Don't undersell yourself. All you need to do is to be conscious of the fact that you can position yourself and then take that thinking to your work tomorrow. I promise you're going to look at your job differently. You're going to look at your future differently, because do you realize that that positioning will lead you to your next dream, to your next few dreams, and any goal you have in life. You have to decide what you really want, linking that to your dreams and aspirations, things that you've thrown away. And then you'll be pleasantly surprised that tomorrow when you go back to work, life's going to have a new leaf for you, because all of a sudden you realize you're empowered. That positioning can give you that power and give you that motivation to go forward. In summary, there are two positionings that are vitally important, and they're both in your hands. The first one is your general life positioning. Where do you see yourself in life? Do you want to become somebody? Do you want to become someone significant, not insignificant? Do you want to go somewhere being respected, wherever you go being respected? Do you want to experience all the fine things in life? That's in your hands. The other positioning is your work position, your career positioning. If you go to work for a company, you decide where you see yourself in the next 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, or beyond, because very good chance that's where you're going to end up. It's going to affect all your decisions, your attitude, your work ethics, and please take them into your hands. It's been great sharing with you. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and there's so many exciting contents to share with you, and I can't wait. See you next time.